guys, so I have another tag video for you today, and this is the Bandwagon book tag, and it was created by Lee at Not Entirely Human TV, and he very kindly tagged me in it. So it's 10 questions all about books that are basically bandwagons. It took me a little while to get around to doing this tag because I had to really think out my answers, and some of them I'm still not entirely sure of, so bear with me on this, guys. Question 1. Which bandwagon have you not jumped on yet but are looking forward to? I would say the Percy Jackson series by Rick Riordan. I really want to read them, but I just haven't got to them. I haven't bought them. I just haven't. It's just a series I haven't got around to getting. I don't really know why. And also, I'm really looking forward to jumping on the Lux series by Jennifer L. Armentrout because I've heard nothing but good things about it and just can't wait. 2. Which is your favourite bandwagon you've jumped on? I would say The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, because at the time that came out, I hadn't read a John Green book before. I did follow the Vlogbrothers, but I just hadn't read one of John's books, and then it came out. There was obviously massive hype around it, not only on the Nerdfighteria scene, but also on the booktubes, so it was everywhere. I couldn't escape it, so in the end I caved and I haven't looked back. I absolutely loved it. 3. Which is the worst bandwagon you've jumped on? This was hard for me because I don't think that, I haven't read anything that everyone else has loved and I've really hated. I don't think. Nothing that really springs to mind. There is the 50 Shades of Grey bandwagon. Yes, I did read it and I didn't hate it. Like some people really went to town on disliking that book. Yes, I could see where people will come from. It wasn't well written at all, but I didn't hate it. And actually I would say Fracture by Megan Miranda. That book got a lot of hype last year. I read it late last year. Really didn't like it at all. I hated absolutely everything about that book. 4. Which author or authors of a trilogy, duology or series do you respect most and why? Okay, I have 2. The first one is Meg Cabot, author of the Princess Diaries series. And I chose her because I admire and respect her because she got me into reading, really. I remember I was with my mum and my grandma shopping in town one day, and we were in W.H. Smith and we came across the Princess Diaries books, and I bought them and never really looked back from that series. They were the first series that I got so into, and I knew when the next ones were coming out. I couldn't wait for the next ones, and she sort of created that love of series and anticipation for the next book. And she's also an author that I've continued to read while growing up, kept following her Princess Diaries series, got all her other young adult books. I then, as I got older, got into her adult books. So she's just an author that's kind of stayed with me. And also another one that I respect is Laini Taylor. She became one of my new favourite authors late last year when I read Daughter of Smoke and Bone. And I respect her because her writing style, oh my gosh, she writes like I want to. She makes me want to write. It's just so lyrical, rich, just wonderful. So definitely look up to her. 5. Why do bandwagons create such divided opinion? I think bandwagons create that divided opinion because with a bandwagon there's obviously lots of hype, whether that's, in the media like with 50 Shades of Grey, or just in the book community in general. And when it creates that amount of hype, you create a split. You have the people that book has lived up to that hype, and so then they start adding to that buzz and they're going, yeah, it really is that good. And then you have the other people that read it and really they dislike it and it's not for them, and then they're sort of battling with the people that are saying it's that good. And so it's no longer enough to dislike that book. You have to fight against the people that do like it, because otherwise your opinion gets lost in the sea of good reviews, if this is making any sense to you. So I think that's why it creates the divided opinion, because people are then fighting against the buzz of how good it is. Does this, in my head, this makes sense? I don't know if this is coming across as what I'm trying to say, but yeah, that's why I think they create the divided opinion, because immediately that person that dislikes that book has to really amplify what they disliked about it to get it heard. 6. How many trilogies, series, duologies have you read, and what are they? I seriously can't answer this, because most of the books on my shelves now are part of a series or a trilogy or duology. We'd be here all day. It would literally have to go through my entire shelf. Really would. I'd be here all day. Off the top of my head, I can give you a couple. There's the Princess Diary series, Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy, but there's only 2 books out yet. Anna Dressed in Blood duology, Soul Screamers series. They're just all there. Poison Study trilogy. It's all of these, seriously. Morganville Vampire series. Yeah. There's too many. There's just too many. 7. Which books in a recent trilogy, series, or duology are you most looking forward to reading? Oh, this is tough, because, like I said, most of them are, and as well, I haven't read most of the books that you can see. Let's think. I'm really looking forward to reading some more of the Morganville Vampires, because I've only read about 6 books, so I have loads of those left to go. Series, duology, I'm looking forward to reading the 2nd book in the Anna Dressed in Blood. Like I said earlier, I'm looking forward to reading the Lux series. 3 books are currently out. Let's see, what else have I got around that I'm looking forward to reading? I'm looking forward to reading most of the books on my shelf, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just go with that. 8. Of all the bandwagons you have jumped on, which have been the most difficult to read? I haven't really had much of a problem. Like I said, reading Fracture by Megan Miranda, I didn't enjoy that. That was hard to read. I had to sort of trudge through that. But otherwise, there hasn't really been anything I found difficult to read. There aren't many books that I seriously dislike or really hate. So really, the only one I can think of for that is Fracture. I really dislike New Girl by Paige Harbison, but there wasn't really a lot of hype around that book anyway, so that wasn't really a problem. 9. If you could write your own series of books, what would they be about? I don't think I could be an author. I do enjoy creative writing, but my creativity is in short bursts. Like, I really enjoy writing monologues or speeches, plays, but I start to write novels, but I just can't sustain them. Like, I can't do the whole beginning, middle, and end thing. I lose momentum really, really badly. It's like when I tried to do NaNoWriMo last year, it was a complete fail. Because I just lose interest in big projects like that. So I don't think I could ever write one book, let alone a series. But if I could, it would probably be I'd probably start with something fairly simple and say like a contemporary young adult or new adult series, simply because I want to start small, you know. So yeah, I don't think I could write a fantasy series, because God, that would just be impossible. And 10, which is the bandwagon or bandwagons you would read over and over? I have to be honest and say that I don't often reread books, and the ones that I have reread tend to be books that people haven't really read. For example, Enchanted by Gail Carson Devine. That's probably my most reread book ever. I probably reread that about 20 times. But you know, it's not really a bandwagon. People haven't jumped on that. Same with Heart on a Chain by Cindy C. Bennett. I probably reread that about 10 times, but not very many people have read that. But like things, bandwagons that people have jumped on, Harry Potter for example. I haven't even read all of the Harry Potter books yet. I've read the first 3 books at the moment. So I can't even say I'd reread that yet because I haven't finished the series. I might reread Twilight at some point in my life, but otherwise, I enjoy reading books, but I don't always reread books that I love. I just don't do it. I don't really know why. I I don't feel like I need to. I have a fairly good memory for what I read, so I don't feel like I need to reread stuff all the time. If I've read it and really loved it, that's imprinted on my memory, and I don't need to reread it unless I feel like I want to return to that book, and experience it again. But a lot of the time I feel I don't need to. Okay, so thank you so much for tagging me, Lee. I would like to tag Daniel at Book Disorders, Sue Morrow at Sue's Book Nook, Emma at Emma Hart's Books, Ryan at Ryan Reads Books, and Deborah at Deborah's Book Cafe. So I've tagged you guys. Please feel free to do the tag, and if I haven't tagged you, I have a very bad memory for people's channel names, so that's probably why I haven't tagged you. It's not because I don't want you to do the tag. So please, everyone, if you're watching this, do the tag, especially the people I tagged. And thanks so much for watching.